Welcome to this short video on OWASP Top 10 Vulnerabilities. In this video, we'll look at Introduction to the OWASP Top 10. We look at Overview of OWASP and its purpose. We look at the breakdown of the OWASP Top 10 Vulnerabilities. And we look at the mitigation strategies for each vulnerability. Let's get started. The OWASP, Open Web Application Security Project, Top 10 is a widely recognized standard for web application security. Published approximately every 4 years. It consolidates data from global security experts and organizations, highlighting the most prevalent security risks facing software applications. The OWASP Top 10 serves as a critical starting point for organizations to strengthen their software security practices. Rather than ranking vulnerabilities by severity, the OWASP Top 10 organizes them based on their frequency, emphasizing the risks most likely to affect applications. This prioritization helps development teams and organizations address common security gaps, reducing the risk of data breaches and cyber attacks. OWASP Top 10 Vulnerabilities. 1. Broken access control. This occurs when attackers bypass access restrictions and gaining unauthorized access to systems or data. An example of broken access control is modifying URLs for admin access, thereby exposing sensitive files. This accounts for approximately 61% of breaches. To mitigate this, implement RBAC, use MFA, and penetration tests. 2. Cryptographic failures. This occurs when there's weak or missing encryption for sensitive data. An example is storing passwords in plain text, transmitting data without encryption, which can lead to data breaches with significant financial losses. The mitigation measure is using ISO 256 encryption, enforce HTTPS, and update SSL certificates. 3. Injection. This is a malicious code execution through unsanitized input. Some examples are SQL injection, or XSS attacks, that leads to data theft or full system compromise. The mitigation measure is to use sanitize inputs, use parameterized queries, and deploy WAFs. 4. Insecure design. This is a security flaws in application architecture. Examples are missing threat modeling and lack of secure design patterns, which can introduce multiple security vulnerabilities. Mitigation measure is to adopt secure design principles and integrate security early in development. 5. Security misconfiguration such as insecure default settings, exposed endpoints, and unnecessary features. An example is default admin credentials and verbose error messages, often exploited in automated attacks. The mitigation measure is to apply regular hardening, enforce secure defaults, and automate configuration audits. 6. Vulnerable and outdated components. This occurs when using third-party libraries with known security flaws. An example is using Apache struts, which can provide attackers with easy entry points. To mitigate this, maintain SPOM, use automated vulnerability scanners, and update dependencies. 7. Identification and authentication failures. This occurs when using weak authentication mechanisms. Examples are using no password hashing and lack of rate limiting on login attempts. This leads to unauthorized access and account takeovers. To mitigate this, enforce strong passwords, implement MFA, and monitor login activities. 8. Software and data integrity failures. An integrity compromises through unverified components or tampering. Example of this is injecting malware in CI/CD pipelines, which can lead to financial loss or operational failure. To mitigate this, use digital signatures, restrict CI/CD access, and verify third-party dependencies. 9. Security logging and monitoring failures. An insufficient detection and response to security incidents. Examples are logs, not recording critical events, or no real-time alerts, which allows attackers to remain undetected. To mitigate this, implement centralized logging, conduct security audits, and integrate SIEM tools. 10. Server-side request forgery, SSRF. An act of exploiting server-side requests to access internal resources. Examples of this are bypassing firewalls and accessing AWS metadata. This can expose sensitive internal information. To mitigate this, validate URLs, restrict internal network access, and sanitize user inputs. For recap in this video, we discussed broken access control and how to mitigate it by implement RBAC, MFA, and secure testing. We discussed cryptographic failures and how to mitigate them using strong encryption and enforce HTTPS. We discussed injection and how to mitigate it using sanitize inputs and parameterized queries. We discussed insecure design and how to mitigate it adopting threat modeling and secure design patterns. We discussed security misconfiguration and how to mitigate it conducting regular audits and enforcing secure defaults. We discussed vulnerable components and how to mitigate them maintaining SPAM and automating updates. We also discussed authentication failures and how to mitigate them using MFA and monitoring login activity. We discussed data integrity failures and how to mitigate them protecting CI/CD pipelines and verifying software integrity. Likewise, we discuss logging failures and how to mitigate them centralizing logging and performing regular audits. And finally, we discussed SSRF and how to mitigate them restricting URL inputs and limiting network access. In conclusion, the OWASP Top 10 serves as a critical starting point for organizations to strengthen their software security practices. By addressing these vulnerabilities, organizations can significantly improve their security posture and protect their applications from malicious actors. Please click the link in the description to access this lesson on Motiva Logic Academy Learning Management System, where you'll find a quiz for every lesson, hands-on lab and projects to test and strengthen your understanding. While you're there, explore the full catalog of advanced hands-on courses and downloadable resources designed to help you move from theory to real-world expertise faster. Be sure to like, subscribe, share and visit the link in the description. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss the future lessons. Thanks for watching.